Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Let's take a start. Today we are going to solve one reading test together. By the way, there's going to be a variety of questions in this test. So you will get a chance to understand true, false, not given, sentence completion, and there are many other questions like that. This test is general training reading test. We are doing it on purpose. Sometimes some students don't understand academic reading at all. So when you don't understand reading at all, what to do? It's a good idea to start from general training reading. General training reading part 1 and part 2, they are somewhat easier than academic reading. But remember one thing, in general training reading and academic reading, question types are same. We don't have any difference in question type. For example, true, false, not given, yes, no, not given, multiple choice, list of headings, all the type of questions that we have in academic, we do have them in general training. The only difference is the nature of passages. In academic reading, there are 3 long passages, and these passages are about science, research, technology, and all that. On the other hand, in general training reading, part 1, we have 2 short passages. Part 2, we have 2 short passages. Part 3, we have a long passage. So general training reading part 3 is same like academic reading. Only part 1 and part 2, these 2 parts are different. Otherwise, part 3 is same. So today's reading is going to give you an opportunity to understand each and every question and the way answer is given. So how to do all that, this is what you need to focus, okay? And again, I tell you, if you have issues with academic reading, you don't understand it at all, it's a good idea that from Cambridge IELTS books 11 to 16, you can solve 4 to 8 general training reading tests and then come to academic reading. You'll be more comfortable, you will understand things better and all that. And those who are general training IELTS candidates, and their score is stuck at a certain level, they should solve academic reading tests. Because by solving academic reading tests, they are solving something more difficult than general training. So by comparison, after solving 4 academic reading tests, when you come back to general training reading, you will find it easier and your score will improve as well. So these 2 readings are same in terms of question type, and they are different in terms of passage type, the type of passages we have. Now, let's see. Section 1, what's the title? 5 reviews of Wellington Hotel. So they have given us 5 reviews of Wellington Hotel, and now come to questions 1 to 7. Look at the 5 online reviews of Wellington Hotel. Which review mentions the following? This is called matching, and we do have it in academic reading. Which paragraph contains the following information? Now, in order to do this one here, just try to understand. There is one thing, we call it action plan. So on your handout, you can write this action plan in your own words. You can write just some code words and write this action plan. Now this is for general training. Step 1, skim read the passage or skim read the paragraph. Step number 1, skim read the paragraph. Step number 2, read the questions. Step number 3, the question that you think matches with the paragraph, just write down the question paragraph number there, and that is going to be the answer. Let's do it together. Please come. And by the way, in general training reading, you have freedom to read everything because the texts are not very, very long like academic. In academic reading, mainly you're going to do skim reading, scanning, and the portion of the passage where there is the answer. Whereas in GT reading, you can read the whole thing. Now let's skim read paragraph A. My husband and I first stayed at the Wellington, I'm reading paragraph A, at the Wellington a few weeks ago, and we've returned every year since then. Underline, we've returned every year since then. What does it mean? They are happy customers, right? They stayed in a hotel and now every year they're going to the same hotel. When we arrive and check in, we are always treated like old friends by the staff. Underline that. When we arrive and check in, they check in and they say, oh, Mr. Yasin, you've come again this year. Juices for him, tea for him, and a fruit basket and all that, okay? So it's like that. And I want you to imagine, you need to imagine my husband and I, not your husband, but you can just imagine a husband and a wife, okay? Yeah, exactly. Now, next, so we very much feel at home. Our one disappointment during our last visit was that our room overlooked the car park, but that didn't spoil our stay. Room overlooked the car park means कमरे से कार पार्किंग खिड़की से नजर आता था, but that didn't spoil our thing. So now we keep all these things mind. We've returned every year. They treat us like old friends, and now we come to the questions, and we will read all the questions. And the right answer will click you if you retain. There is one thing we call it retention. So, question number 1, liking the view from the bedroom window. Did they like that? Car park. This is not that, but you should underline liking the view. Now, in another part, they are going to talk about that in another review. Question number 2, finding the receptionists welcoming. Yes. Now, where is it? Yeah, it's when we arrive and check in, we are always treated like old friends by the staff. When we arrive means receptionists are there and they are going to see them. So, finding the receptionists welcoming. Question number 2, answer is A. Now, one thing you guys are going to do whenever you are doing it, please cross 2. The number 2, cross it because we are not going to read it again. One option will be used once only. Okay? Let's go on. Being pleased with the bedroom. No, it's not that, but just underline being pleased, being happy with the bedroom. Question number 4, becoming confused when booking a room. Underline becoming confused, booking a room. Question number 5, being impressed by the wide choice of food. In another review, they will talk about food and choice. Wide choice of food means 65 dishes. You know, like high tea people, they say, पानी की भी 4 किस्में लगाई होती हैं. खे ठंडा, गरम, नीम गरम, and they just treat it as a dish. Salads, 10 types of salads, yeah, gobi ka salad and all that. So that's becoming confused when booking a room, being impressed by the wide choice of food. Question number 6, staying in hotel regularly. Now what is that? That is returned every year since then. What does that mean? Every year since then means returning regularly. So the second correct answer is question number 6. And question number 6 answer is A. Now please cross number 6 also, because we will not read these two options again. Question number 7, finding it inconvenient that the hotel was crowded. Underline hotel was crowded. Now look here. This time when you guys are going to read paragraph B, you will consider the questions. When you read paragraph A and you read the questions, you are considering paragraph in mind. Now you will keep the questions in mind and you will read paragraph B. Let's read it together. The hotel hardly seems to have changed in the last 100 years, okay? And we prefer that to many modern hotels, which tend to look the same as each other. The Wellington has a character. Our room was very comfortable and quite spacious. Happy with the room. Pleased with the room. Our room was very comfortable and quite spacious. Which option? Exactly. That is being pleased with the bedroom. And what have they mentioned? Our room was very comfortable and quite spacious. Spacious means khula. Khula dula kamra. Okay? So it means being pleased. So question number 3, answer is B. Now cross number 3 as well, because we will not read these options again. Have you noticed now? Now questions are in mind and we are reading the passage. First, paragraph was in mind and we were reading the questions. Let's go on. We can strongly recommend the breakfast, though we had to wait for a table as the hotel was so full. Yes, hotel was crowded. Hotel was so full. Question number 7, finding it inconvenient that the hotel was crowded. And what is the word for crowded? Hotel was so full. So full means crowded. So question number 7, answer is B. We cross question number 7 as well. How many questions have we done? 4. Now let's go on paragraph C. We made a reservation by phone without problem. There is one question about confusing reservation and all that. But when we arrived, the receptionist couldn't see it on the computer system. Luckily, there was a room available. It wasn't quite what we could have chosen, but it was a pleasure to sit in it with a cup of tea and look out at the swimmers and surfers in the sea. From the room, the view was surfers and swimmers in the sea, means it overlooked the sea. Question number 1. Liking the view from the bedroom window. Okay, and how do you understand liking the view? But it was a pleasure. Got it? It was a pleasure to sit in it with a cup of tea and look out at the swimmers and surfers in the sea. All right, that's not good. Yeah, you're looking at swimmers and surfers from your window. In one paragraph, there can be one answer. In one paragraph, there can be 2 answers, even 3 answers, and even one paragraph can be empty also.
Does this kind of repetition happen in academic?
Yes.
In academic also, yes, we do have this thing, yeah. All right, so until now, we are done with questions 1, 2, 3, 6, and 7. Paragraph D. Now, you're going to skim read it quickly. Let's go on. We'd be happy to stay at the Wellington again, although there is nothing special about the rooms. The view from the lounge is lovely and the restaurant staff were friendly and efficient. Breakfast was a highlight. There was so much on offer, we could hardly decide what to eat. Good. Question number? Being impressed by the wide choice of food. And they mentioned breakfast was a highlight. There was so much on offer, we could hardly decide what to eat. So question number 5, answer is D. D for doctor. Okay, we'd say another time just for that. Now, how many questions are left? 1. And how many paragraphs? Even you don't need to read the paragraph. If you went on very well, just write for question number 4, answer is E. But anyways, let's read it. At this point, either you can read the question and scan the passage, or you can skim read the passage and then read the question. What is the question? Becoming confused when booking a room. The staff, paragraph E, the staff all did their jobs efficiently and were very helpful when we asked for information about the area. The only difficulty we had was making our reservation online. Right? It wasn't clear whether payment for our deposit went through or not, and I had to call the hotel to find out. Got it? Question number 4. Becoming confused when booking a room. Okay, what was the confusion? Whether the payment was transferred or it wasn't transferred. So then they had to call and all that. So becoming confused. And what is the word for that? It wasn't clear whether payment for our deposit went through or not. So they were confused about the payment, whether it went through or not. So for this, E is the right answer. Is this all clear? Okay. Now you must be thinking GT guys have easy time. Academic guys have difficult time, but if you understand these things, then gradually GT will become easier for you as well. Okay, thank you. Okay guys, now we are going to learn true, false, not given. True, false, not given is another confusing question type. Students usually can't decide whether the answer is false or not given. True, false, yes, they can decide sometimes, but false and not given, then they make faces like that. So yeah, absolutely. Now, let's see. Whenever you read the question, the good news is in true, false, not given, questions and answers are in order. Who said order? Order. Oh, all right. Yeah, in order. One thing. Second, within the sentence or within the question, there is a word or there is a phrase which will decide whether the answer should be true, false, or not given. You have to match that sentence or that phrase, and that is going to decide. Okay, so question number 8, walking football. Now first read the title of the passage. Come and play walking football or walking netball. Wow, you don't need to run, you just have to walk and play football. Yeah, that's a good thing, walking football. Now just imagine some old people, young people, they are walking and playing football and all that. Question number 8. Walking football became well known when a club featured, underline club. We will find the answer together. Just read the question. We are not having any competition. Walking football became well known when a club featured in a TV program about the sport. Look here. If walking football became famous, that a club featured it in a TV program, answer is true. If walking football became famous because of some other thing, not a club featured it in a TV commercial or TV program, then it is false. And if they don't tell us how did walking football become well known, they don't give us any information on that, answer is every time when you read true, false, not given, you need to ask yourself these 3 questions. If it is this, answer is true. If it is that, answer is false. And if it is neither this nor that, then the answer is not given. Yeah, good. Now let's go back. Can you see TV and all that? Second paragraph. Club, TV. Everyone, please come to passage, second paragraph. Walking football was invented in the UK in 2011, but it was a 2014 TV commercial for a bank. TV commercial for a bank, not a club featured in a TV program. It was a TV commercial for a bank showing it providing financial support to someone who wanted to set up a website. So the answer is absolutely false, because they mentioned it. They said TV commercial for a bank. In the question, they say a club featured it in a TV program. So walking football became well known because of a TV commercial for a bank, not because of a club featured in TV program. That is why the answer is false. Got it? Got the concept? They told us how it became famous, but the reason was different.
Sir, I didn't got the famous.
First you correct your tense. I didn't get. I didn't got is not right. Okay, now what's the point?
Sir, what is the thing which is making football famous?
Yeah, listen. The thing is that commercial for a bank. You know commercial? Advertisement for a bank, it's that. Okay. Question number 9. Majority. Whenever in true, false, not given, they use the word majority, most of, minority, less, more. There's going to be something comparative. Majority of walking netball players are men. Now look here. If most of them, netball is the word. If most of them are men, answer is true. If most of them are women, answer is false. If most of them, they don't mention whether they are men or women, then not given. Okay, now let's go back. Walking netball. Same paragraph. Please follow me from third last line. Second paragraph, third last line. Both men and women. Found it? Both men and women play walking football, but at the moment the netball teams consist only of women. Exactly, consist only of women. Both men and women play walking football, but at the moment the netball teams consist only of women. So they say majority of walking netball players are men. Actually, majority is women. So the answer is Hanji, fine. Is clear? Good, very good. Even if not you are clear, if you're not clear until this point, इसके आगे फिर ये हो सकता है कि मैं इसको translate करूं. Yeah, most clubs, बहुत सारे clubs arranged social activity arrange करते हैं. Okay, but if I do that, that's very dangerous. You will develop a bad habit of translation. So you have to come out of it. Okay, let's go on. Question number 10, most clubs. Again, the word most, right? In true, false, not given, these words are very, very important. Most clubs arrange social activities for their members. Now look here. Most clubs arrange social activities for their members, true. If some clubs arrange, others do not, or if they say few clubs arrange social activities for their members, it's false. And if they don't tell us whether most clubs arrange or they don't arrange, then it is not given. Now, please come to clubs and social activities and all that. I want you to come to third paragraph. Okay, let's read third paragraph. The two games are designed to help people to be active or get fit, whatever their age and level of fitness. In particular, they were invented to encourage older men and women to get more exercise, to give them a chance to meet other people. Okay, now this is socialized. But have they mentioned anything about most clubs? Then they say regular physical activity helps to maintain energy, strength, and flexibility. You can start gently and do a little each session. Now, have they mentioned most clubs arrange social activities for their members? Not at all. They did not mention anything about the clubs. They say people can meet, that is social activity, but the clubs are not mentioned, whether they arrange or they don't. So the answer is not given. Question number 11, please. Players are tested regularly. Underline the word regularly. They play like this. For regularly, they can say rarely. If for regularly, they say rarely, answer is false. Okay? So, players are tested regularly to measure changes in their fitness. Okay? Now, players are tested regularly. Let's go on to the next paragraph, second last one. And can you see the word players? Second last paragraph, word players. Many players have given up a sport either through age or injury and can now take it up again. They are great ways for people to enjoy a sport they used to play and love and keep active at the same time. Have they mentioned anything like players are tested regularly to measure changes in their fitness? Not at all. So the answer is not given. Okay? And for true, you can write capital T on your answer sheet. For false, you can write capital F. And for not given, you can write NG. But still, I will advise you to write full words. That is even better.
So here in third paragraph, here is a sentence which is mentioned here. Regular physical activity helps to maintain energy, strength.
Absolutely. But there is nothing about measurement. There is nothing about regularity and measurement. Okay? Let's go on. Question number 12. People who have never played football are encouraged to play walking football. Now let's come to second last paragraph, and we read second last line. Active at the same time. Though people who have never played the standard game is standard football. As they're talking about walking football. So walking football is one type, standard game is running football. Now, they will not use the word running football, they will say standard game. Though people who have never played the standard game before are also welcome. People are welcome means, yes, people who have never played football are encouraged. For are encouraged, they use the word people are welcome. Are also very welcome. So people who have never played football are encouraged. They are welcome to play walking football. Answer is true. Question number 13. People can take part in active lifestyle team. A capital, L capital, team, T capital. You can easily find. Whenever in the question you find any word with capital letter, you can easily locate them. Please focus the question. Question number 13. People can take part in active lifestyle team session whenever they wish. Look here. Whenever they wish means they can come any day. And if they say this is only on Monday and Wednesday, then it is not whenever they wish, right? So whenever they wish. Let's go on, last paragraph. The local council's active lifestyle team runs sessions to all the council leisure centers. Come alone or with a friend and enjoy a friendly game on Monday or Saturday afternoon or Tuesday or Thursday evening. Now see, they said whenever they wish. Now if somebody comes on Sunday or if somebody comes after that, so he will not be entertained. So now always remember, in true, false, not given, if they use the word whenever they wish, and there they give you the timeline, Monday to Wednesday, this time to this time, answer is going to be false. And it could be not given if they don't give any timeline, right? All clear? समझ आ रही है? मुझे धोखा तो नहीं दे रहे? You know, धोखा देना क्या होता है, समझ आए ना? Okay. Question number 14. Active Lifestyle team intends to start clubs in the future. Now they are planning to start club in the future. Active Lifestyle team. Let's read the third last line. After Thursday evening, please follow me. Each session costs £3 per person, and you don't have to come regularly or at the same time each week. Our aim is... Sorry, just a second. We've made a mistake here. Question number 13, what did we find as an answer? False. No. That's why it's important to read till the end. Please come back. I'm reading from here. Each session costs £3 per person, and you don't have to come regularly or at the same time each week. So you don't have to come regularly or at the same time each week. Now come back to the question. Question number 13, please. Review your answer. Just focus this thing. Yes, and you don't have to come regularly or at the same time each week. It means you can come whenever you wish to. Now, sometimes what happens, there is a deceptive answer, but until you read the next line, when you read the next line, then you decide. And sometimes, they give you exact answer, and then they write however. After however, they will write some contradictory statement. So the answer to question number 13 is true, because they mentioned here, and you don't have to come regularly or at the same time each week. Okay, now active lifestyle, question number 14. Active lifestyle team intends to start clubs in the future. So our aim is to set up netball and football clubs as soon as there are enough regular players. As soon as there are regular enough players, what does that mean? In the future, absolutely. So for question number 14, answer is true. That's right. Okay guys, now we move on to section 2, and I'm going to tell you how to deal with sentence completion type of questions. The good news is, for sentence completion, questions and answers are in order. I call them type A questions, where questions and answers are in order. First of all, it's a good idea whenever you start with a passage, read the title of the passage. What's the title of this passage? Dress regulations at work. Exactly. So dress regulations means you got to wear a necktie, coat, proper dressing, this and that, or if there is a uniform, right? So all the regulations about dressing, you can just visualize that. Now, please come to questions. Questions 15 to 20, complete the sentences below. Choose one word only from the text for each answer. How many words? One word only. No number, nothing else. And this word you will choose from the passage, and there is no chance of spelling mistake. Yes, still if you do a spelling mistake, it's your own championship and it's your own artmanship or craftsmanship. Otherwise, there is no chance. In listening, there can be chance in part 1 and 4, because there you got to write one word. But in reading, you have to copy and paste it there, right? Yeah. Now, question number 15. If employees are unsure what their company wishes them to wear for work, they should request. Now, please listen, just a second. I don't want you to find a wrong answer and write it down. And you will write the wrong answer with more confidence. I'm writing wrong answer and I'm very much confident. 8 answer मेरे पक्के सही ने और वही पक्के कच्चे होते हैं. Okay? Understand the question, because in reading and in listening, understanding of the questions, that is very, very important. If employees are unsure, means if employees do not know what their company wishes them to wear for work, they should request. If I don't know, I should request for some details. Right? Now please come back. We start from first paragraph. Your contract may state that you need to leave this line and come to next line. Understand? What I did, I started a line and I realized it's not related to that. Second line. Your contract might also state that you need to dress. Now please read carefully. Your contract, second line I'm reading. Your contract might also state that you need to dress smartly rather than specifying any particular garments, as you might well have conflicting ideas of what counts as smart. You should ask your employer for clarification. You should ask for clarification means they should request. Yes, now for you they use the word they. They means employees. So you should ask for clarification means they should ask for clarification, because in the question they have changed the pronoun. They have used employees. Employees is third person plural. So they should request clarification, and you should ask your employer for clarification. When you ask your employer, who are you? Employee, understood. So answer is clarification. K-L-A-R-A. Yeah, K-L-A-C-L-A-R-I. Good. Let's go on. Some companies, question number 16, please. Some companies offer their employees a dash when they buy items to wear for work. Now, what is it that companies offer? They offer some money, they offer some discount, they offer some voucher, or anything like that. Some companies offer their employees, same paragraph after clarification. Many employers that have a strict dress code choose to provide clothing or a discount on clothing. Now, either they provide clothing or they provide discount on clothing. Please come back. Some companies offer their employees a discount when they buy items. What is the replacement for items? Clothing. Exactly, clothes or clothing. So when they buy items to wear for work. Now listen, by the way, I just read this again. As you might well have conflicting ideas of what counts, the next line, many employers that have a strict dress code choose to provide clothing. Now, either they provide them clothes or a discount on clothing. So, for clothing, they use the word item, buy items to wear for work. So, answer is going to be discount. And you can see a discount in the passage, and before the blank, they have written a. So, sometimes article is also very helpful. Question number 17, employees who fail to wear protective clothing. Now, protective clothing is like helmet, boots, gloves, and all that. Employees who fail to wear protective clothing when required could be subject to dash procedures, punishment. If they don't wear, could be subject to dash procedures. Please come to second paragraph, protective clothing. Found it? Okay, I'm reading it from the beginning. Your employer can tell you to put on protective clothing and equipment such as gloves, visor, boots, etc. If you don't, now read this carefully. If you don't means you will be subject to punishment. If you don't, your employer is entitled to take disciplinary action. And for action, they use the word procedures. Very good. So the answer is disciplinary with correct spelling. Very carefully you have to write disciplinary. Disciplinary. That is also how we pronounce this word. Clear? And what is the word for procedures? Action. Okay, let's go on. Question number 18. Employees ought not to be in. Now, preposition in will help you a lot. Employees ought not to be in dash because of protective clothing or equipment. Okay, because of protective clothing or equipment, employees ought not to be. Please, let's read on. Can you see these 4 bullet points you are required to? Now, just leave them and come to the next one. Of course. Got it? Of course, any protective gear has to fit and be appropriate to the situation. It shouldn't cause you pain. It shouldn't cause you pain means employees ought not to be in pain because of protective clothing or equipment. Like, someone says, helmet पहनना हुआ मेरे कान पे तब से खारिश हो रही है, और ये बूट पहनता हूँ तो मेरे पाँव जख्मी हो जाते हैं, ग्लव्स पहनता हूँ तो उंगलियां गल जाती हैं, something like that. Got it? Yeah. And और क्या? हाँ, नहीं अपने नहीं, जो आपके जो सिक्योरिटी वाले बूट होते हैं उसके अंदर लोहा लगा होता है ऊपर ताकि ईंट वगैरह ना गिरे, और हेलमेट भी मजबूत वाले होते हैं, ग्लव्स भी मजबूत वाले होते हैं. Yeah. So employees ought not to be in Pain. Why? Because they said, of course, any protective gear has to fit and be appropriate for the situation. It shouldn't cause you pain. You का क्या मतलब है? Employees. आप नहीं, employees. Okay? You जा कहाँ पे रहे? ये कितना मासूमाना सा जवाब है. You, आप, pain, दर्द. Okay. Question number 19. It is the company's responsibility to ensure that there is a suitable place for the dash of protective equipment. Helmet कहाँ रखना है, boot कहाँ रखना है. There should be protective place for that. Okay, there should be suitable place for protective equipment. Let's go on. Let's find that suitable place. If you please come to next paragraph. Obligation to maintain protective clothing. Found it? Let's read on. It's the third last paragraph. The obligation to maintain protective clothing lies with the employer. The employer is also required to provide an appropriate storage space to keep the protective equipment. Storage space. Now, will you write the word storage and space together? No. What is the word for space in the question? Place. Absolutely. Place for the storage means storage space. Got it? So the answer is storage. Mark kar lein, underline kar lein. When you go back home, read again, practice again, you'll be fine. Question number 20. Employees who work with certain types of dash. Underline the word certain types of. Employees who work with certain types of dash may have to remove jewelry. Okay, jewelry to avoid potential injuries. Right, now let's come back. Jewelry, can you see jewelry? Now let's read it from there. Banning employees from wearing jewelry and loose clothing may be justified to prevent a potential hygiene hazard if you work in areas of food production or areas which need to be kept sterile. Okay. Next paragraph. Now they say employees who work with certain types of what? Likewise, your employer can judge that loose jewelry may constitute a snagging hazard if you operate machinery. What is that? Employees who work with machinery. If you operate machinery. Now for operate, they have used the word work. Employees who work with certain types of machinery may have to remove jewelry. So they say clearly, likewise, your employer can judge that loose jewelry may constitute a snagging hazard if you operate machinery. If you think restrictions are not justified by health and safety concerns, talk to your workplace union representative. So the answer is machinery for this question. All right, guys, let's go on. The title of the passage is How to Achieve a Better Work-Life Balance. Very important passage. If you are struggling with your work-life balance, so how to achieve a better work-life balance. Okay. Please come to questions 21 to 27. Complete the notes below. We call it notes completion. Choose one word only from the text for each answer. So it's notes completion with one word only. Achieving a better work-life balance. Same title for the passage and same title here. Now notes completion, you know it's type A, and type A means questions and answers are going to be in order. How to begin? And then you can see there are the bullet points. How to begin? Make a complete, listen, underline the word complete. For complete, sometimes they use the word full. Underline the word make. For make, they use the word draw up. For example, make a plan, draw up a plan. For example, make a complete plan, draw up a full plan. Right? So make a complete dash of things. Guess. Dash of things. Yeah, exactly. List of things. This is what we call collocation. Collocations are group of words that come together. For example, if I say, it is an important decision of my life. important decision. This is called collocation, right? So you need to learn collocations. They are important. I'll send you some handouts on that, right? Okay, to you as well if you want. So make a complete dash of things that are not helpful and reduce involvement in them. Now let's start. First paragraph, as more and more employees work from home full time, everyone has 24/7 access to email. Leave this paragraph. Come to next one. It's easy to get stuck into habits that make us less efficient without realizing it, like keeping your social media page open at work so you don't miss something important. Draw up a list with all the activities that don't enhance your life or career. Draw up a list with all the activities. So make a complete list of things that are not helpful and reduce involvement in them. Now, what is the word for that are not helpful? That don't enhance your life or career. When something doesn't enhance your life or career, it is not helpful. So answer is list. And what is for make a complete? Yeah, draw up a, and then list is the answer. Got it? As you're going up, so it's going to be a little bit more confusing, right? Now don't expect the answers to be like A for apple, B for ball. Question number 22. Refuse some requests as this can be a useful something. Refuse some requests. Now let's go on and we see what do we need to do with some requests. If we refuse them, it can be something useful dash in gaining a better work-life balance. Now please come to the next paragraph. It's hard to say no. Found it? Okay, now keep in mind we are looking for something refuse some request as this can be. This means saying no, or this means refusing some requests. So it's hard to say no, especially to a supervisor or loved one, but sometimes that powerful little work is essential. Learn to use no judiciously and it will become a powerful tool in balancing work and family. It will become. It means saying no will become a powerful tool. So useful, and what is the word for useful? Powerful. Well done. So answer is tool. Now some will write powerful. Useful, powerful in gaining. And the wrong answer will be nonsense there. It will not give any sense. It will not clarify the sentence. So if you want to check your answer is right or wrong, read the sentence with your answer. If it makes sense, it's correct. If it doesn't, but I mean, you'd never know it makes sense to you, but actually it is nonsense. So answer is tool, right? Useful and powerful. Question number 23, things that can help. Now they're going to talk about things that can help. Regular exercise can increase dash significantly. Please come to next paragraph. Research shows that. Found it?
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Good. Please follow me now. Research shows that exercise helps you remain alert. Finding time to hit the gym may be hard, but it will ultimately help you get more things done because exercise really boosts energy. And what is the word for really boosts? Significantly. Absolutely. Answer is energy. And what is the word for increase? Boosts. Right? And what is the word for significantly? Really. Got it? Really boosts and increase energy significantly. So once you focus these lines, for example, you say can increase energy significantly, exercise really boosts energy. So then you will find the link and reading will become easier for you. Next is sleep. Next we are going to talk about sleep. Insufficient sleep can make people ill. That's very important. Next, and it's good message for you all as well, okay? Take full sleep. Insufficient sleep can make people ill. Avoid focusing on dash in the lead up to bedtime. Shmaila, you listen to this carefully as well, and all of you as well. Avoid focusing on dash in the lead up to bedtime. Lead up to bedtime means you are just going to bed. Lead up to bedtime means before going to bed. So please come back to next paragraph. Study after study shows that significant sleep deprivation affects your health and well-being. Exposure to electronics can significantly negatively impact your sleep. So try to unplug an hour before you go to sleep. So try to unplug what? Exactly, electronics. And what does that mean? Mobile phone, tablets, television, laptops and all that, okay? Good message for you all. At least 1 hour before you go to bed, you have to switch off all your mobile devices and put, now what I do, I put my mobiles in my drawer. They are not on the side table. If they're on the side table, I'm trying to sleep and I don't get to sleep, I check. Right? In the morning, if sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night, I check the time. Then I say, 3 baj gaye, abhi tak mujhe neend nahi aa rahi. Now what I do, my mobiles are in my drawer. Even if I wake up in the middle of the night, I go back to sleep without looking at the time. So it's a good idea for you guys as well. लेकिन कईयों का पैकेज ही रात को चलता है 1 बजे से 5 बजे तक है एग्जैक्टली थोड़ा कितों चल रहा है इन्होंने पैकेज बैलेंस भी नहीं कराया 5 रुपए का रखा हुआ मिस्ड कॉल के लिए और एक हाँ शादी से पहले कभी बैलेंस खत्म नहीं हुआ था हाय हाय आपके दौर में इंटरनेट होता था नहीं बाद में आया ना आप तो मोबाइल यूज़ करते रहे हाँ एग्जैक्टली ऑलराइट ओके कुछ याद आ गया अच्छा नहीं ये नहीं बताना क्या है अब अपनी बात थोड़ी बतानी है दूसरों की बातें बतानी है कुछ याद आ गया हमारे दौर में होता था हाफ रेट क्वार्टर रेट कॉल करनी होती थी 6 बजे के बाद पीटीसीएल का हाफ रेट फिर 11 बजे के बाद क्वार्टर रेट होता था तो फिर ये है एनीवेज चलें आगे चलते हैं क्वेश्चन पे फोकस करें क्वेश्चन नंबर यासीन कौन सा है ओके 25 issues that require attention now issues that need your attention all right let's see those who see other people's dash now listen apostrophe s means apostrophe s can be replaced with of or it can be apostrophe so those who see other people's dash as more important than their own will suffer. Let's go back second last paragraph. Don't assume your family and manager found it. Don't assume your family and manager are aware of your concerns. If you feel you have to adjust your schedule to discover a better work-life balance, then voice that requirement. Voice means tell others. Voice that requirement. If that means asking your boss for permission no, we are in the wrong paragraph, sorry. We need to come a paragraph before, exactly. What would you do if you had a whole day? Yeah, those who see other people's dash as more important than their own. So, what would you do if you had a whole day to yourself with no demands on your time? While most people don't have the luxury of a whole day dedicated to relaxation, constantly putting off that downtime and putting everyone's. Wow. Absolutely. And you know what? For people's, they use the word everyone's. Okay. Amazing. And sometimes they can write needs of everyone. Needs of everyone also means people's needs. Well done. Yeah, that's very good. Answer is needs. Okay. Question number 26. If the working day is too long, get dash to shorten it occasionally. Right? You know, sometimes sir आज मैं जल्दी घर चला जाऊँ sir आज मैंने इधर जाना है आज मैंने मैंगो फेस्टिवल पे जाना है so if the working day is too long, get dash to shorten it occasionally. Second last paragraph. Don't assume your family and manager are aware of your concerns. If you feel you have to adjust your schedule to discover a better work-life balance, then voice that requirement. If that means asking your boss for permission to leave a few minutes early. Yeah. Asking your boss for permission to leave a few minutes early. Come back. If the working day is too long, get dash. Get means asking your boss for permission to shorten it. To shorten means to shorten your day and to leave early. Answer is permission. You can check it again, underline the word permission, write question number and all that. Question number 27. People should learn to recognize their own dash. Now for own, they can use the word your. O-W-N, own, and your. Last paragraph. So people should learn to recognize means identify. Last paragraph. All new habits require time to build. So if you find yourself sneaking your smartphone to bed, that's okay. Leave your phone downstairs tomorrow night, okay? Phone is downstairs, you are upstairs. That's what I do when I go to meet my mom. My mom is downstairs, I'm upstairs. I leave my room upstairs and I go downstairs. That's good. So my techniques are good. Tiny steps are the key to finding that balance. So start small and go from there. Most of all, know your limitations and what works best for you. Know your limitations. Know means recognize. People should learn to recognize means most of all know your, and limitations is the answer. Got it? O-W-N, own, for that they use the word your. And for recognize they use the word know. Right? Know your character. Recognize your character. They are the same. Right? Okay, let's go on. Now it's going to be same for academic or for general training. Part 3. Can you see long passage here? Right? And what is the topic? San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. Right? Have you seen any documentary about Golden Gate Bridge? You should try to see something. Okay? And you can do one more thing. All the topics that they give you in academic IELTS reading, just type in YouTube search and you will find a little informational documentary about that. That is going to be very good. Watch a 5-minute video, because when you watch it, it's going to be good for your imagination. So for example, San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge. If you type it to YouTube, you will find it easily. Just watch a 4-5-minute clip, not a 1-hour documentary. 4-5-minute clip about it and that's it. This is going to be good. And do for academic reading also. The topics they give you, so at least you can visualize them and you can listen to the documentary about it. Now it means we've got San Francisco's Golden Gate Bridge and we've got ABCD. Whenever passage is labeled ABCD, it's very dangerous. It means type B questions. And what are type B questions? Which paragraph contains the following information, list of headings, right, or anything like that. Huh? Okay. Yes, you're very akalman. Okay. Questions 28 to 35. The text on page 47 and 48 has 7 sections A to G. Which section mentions the following? Should we start from here? No. If we are going to start from here, it is going to drain all our time and energies. And by the time you reach question number 36, examiner will say, candidates, 3 minutes left. And then you have to transfer the answers to the answer sheet and all that, okay? Always prefer to start with type A questions. You can see there are 5 questions, 36 to 40. Let's start from there and then we'll come back to that. So don't follow the order of questions they give you. Make your own order that I will start with type A and then I'll go to type B. If there are 3 sets, type A first, another type A first, and then type B. Something like that. Okay. Questions 36 to 40. Complete the sentences below. Write your answers in boxes 30 to 40 on your answer sheet. Question number 36. Building the bridge. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, Jazakallah. आपको बड़ा सवाब मिलना है. Okay. Building the bridge required a dash issued by the Secretary of War. Now building a bridge, listen, it's a sort of thing they need. Building the bridge requirement of bridge building. So please come to building the bridge. Yes, Secretary of War is your clue word. Please look for it, Secretary of War. Paragraph B. Now please follow me. Paragraph B. So through scanning, you have reached the right place. The bridge could not be constructed without the agreement of the US War Department, which owned the land on each side of the strait and had the power to prevent any harbor construction that might affect shipping traffic. Let's read on. In 1924, San Francisco and Marin counties applied for a permit to build a bridge. Applied for a permit to build a bridge means they need a permit. Okay, answer is permit. Yes?
So in first line, this tell us constructed without the agreement.
Okay. All right, listen. Let's go back to questions. Agreement is not the answer, I tell you. Building the bridge required. Now, they signed an agreement, but they didn't say what is it that the bridge making requires. Requires mean you need that. For example, driving requires a license. Driving requires a license means there should be a permit for driving. Now come back. You said agreement. The bridge could not be constructed without the agreement of US War Department. That's the point. That's the point. Yeah, let's go on. Okay, then they say permit to build a bridge, and after hearing overwhelming arguments in favor of the project, the Secretary of War agreed. Secretary of War. Come back to the question. Secretary of, yeah, very good. Mashallah, बच्चे बहुत तेज हो गए. Okay, answer is permit. Question number 37. One objection to building the bridge was that another means one thing happened and another is going to happen. Another dash would destroy it. Let's read on. Next paragraph. Despite the economic benefits, found it? Despite the economic benefits promised by its supporters, the project met fierce resistance from a number of businesses, particularly ferry companies and civic leaders. Not only would the bridge be an obstacle to shipping and spoil the bay's natural beauty, they argued it wouldn't survive the sort of earthquake that had devastated the city in 1906. So what was in 1906? Earthquake. And another earthquake, this bridge will not be able to tolerate. So answer is earthquake. And one objection to building the bridge was that another means one earthquake came in 1906. And what is the word for another? They said, read this again, yeah. They argued it wouldn't survive the sort of earthquake. The sort of means another earthquake, yeah. Answer is earthquake. Question number 38, please. Construction was delayed when the framework was damaged by a ship. So listen, framework was damaged by a ship and again by a dash. Two things damaged the framework. One, ship, and second, we got to find. Let's go on. Damage, ship and all that. Come to paragraph E. It's a long jump from there, okay? Paragraph E, second part. Okay, yeah, paragraph E, second paragraph. Let's start from the beginning. Attempt to build what would be the first bridge support in the open ocean. Next sentence. Working from a long framework. Now the word framework was our clue word. So working from a long framework built out from the San Francisco side, divers plunged to depth of 19 feet through strong currents to blast away rock and remove the debris. The framework was damaged when it was struck by a ship. Now the second thing, answer is second thing. In August 1933 and again during a powerful storm. So first, it was damaged by a ship. Second, it was damaged by a storm. Answer is storm. And this bridge is a remarkable thing, like one of the most popular things. 39. Last part of the bridge to be constructed was the dash. Now the last part of the bridge they constructed, what was that? Please come to second last paragraph. Yeah, paragraph F, second part. The roadway was completed in April 1937 and the bridge officially opened. So roadway was constructed and bridge opened. What was the last part? Roadway. Try to understand how they play. Right? Roadway was constructed and the bridge opened. It means the last part they made was roadway. And you will write it together as one word, roadway. Okay, question number 40. The bridge was first used by dash in May 1937. May 1937. Found it? Same paragraph. Now I'm reading it. The roadway was completed in April 1937 and the bridge officially opened to pedestrians, only for the people who walk. Opened to pedestrians the following month. So the bridge was first used by pedestrians. Pedestrian means पैदल चलने वाले. 39, good. The last part of the bridge to be constructed was. Now the last part is, they said they constructed this and then the bridge was open, or it was opened for the public. So please come back. Second last paragraph, the roadway was completed in April and the bridge officially opened. So when they opened the bridge, it means it was completed. And they opened it after constructing roadway. So roadway was the last part. Okay, good. Okay guys, now listen, we are going to do a challenging question type, and there are a couple of ways of doing it. The question type is, which paragraph contains the following information? And by the way, in academic IELTS, whenever they give you this in which paragraph contains the following, it's going to be the same. As I said before, part 3 of academic and general training, they are same, they are not different. Now, there are two approaches to do it. One approach is, because questions are many, sometimes questions are just 2, 3, 4, then you can have a different approach. Over here, there are two approaches. One is, you skim read paragraph A quickly and then come and read the questions and find out which question are they talking about. This can take more time. Smart work is, you read the question, underline the clue words or the keywords and search those clue words through scanning. And once you find through scanning the clue word, you can find the answer. Let's do it both ways. Please come to question number 28. Why it was easy to recruit workers to build the bridge. Underline recruit workers to build the bridge. Okay, why it was easy. Now just you need to talk, you need to find something which is related to recruitment or hiring. Look for the word hiring. Hiring, recruitment and all that. Hiring, recruitment, workers, crew, hiring, recruitment, workers. Okay, well done. Paragraph E. Everyone, fourth last line. Paragraph E, fourth last line. The crew consisted of, found it? Everyone? Okay, paragraph E, first paragraph, third line, after full stop. The crew consisted of virtually anyone capable of withstanding the physical rigors of the job, as out of work cab drivers, farmers, clerks lined up for the chance to earn steady wages as iron workers and cement mixers. So what is the question? Come back. Why it was easy to recruit workers? Because anybody could join. Right? You didn't need any special skill to join. Anybody could join. So that is why question number 28. Why it was easy to recruit workers? What is the reason for that? The crew consisted of virtually anyone capable of withstanding the physical rigors. कि जो मेहनत मजदूरी कर सकता था could join the workforce and all that. So question number 28, answer is E. Let's go on. Question number 29. A change in the design of the bridge. Now focus the word design, plan, change. Design, plan, change. Start from ABC because initially they will talk about design. ABC. design, change, plan, and all that. C. Yeah. Meanwhile, Strauss's team scrapped their original plans in favor of a suspension span capable of moving more than 2 feet to each side. This would withstand strong wind far better than a rigid structure. They also planned the 2 towers and decided on a paint color they called International Orange. So Strauss's team, what did they do? They scraped their original plans in favor of a suspension span capable of moving more. Now what's the question? A change in the design of the bridge. So what is the change? They said they scraped their original plans in favor of a suspension span capable of moving more than. So original plan was what? Yeah, original plans in favor of what? Suspension span capable of moving more. And they also planned the 2 towers and decide on a paint color they called. Now, where is the word change? Exactly. Meanwhile, Strauss's team scraped their original plans in favor of a suspension span capable. So they scraped their plans means they changed their plans in favor of a suspension span capable of moving more than 2 feet to each side. Okay, let's go on. Now, remember we are doing part 3, reading. It can be a bit more confusing, but again, I would say underline the sentences so that you could read them at home. Question number 30. Opposition to building the bridge. Yeah, there was a paragraph where we read about opposition to building the bridge. And what was that? Another earthquake would come and it would not survive and all that. Paragraph B, please. The bridge could not be constructed without the agreement of US War Department, which owned the land to each side of the strait. And then they talked about permit. And then, despite the economic benefits promised by its supporters, the project met fierce resistance from a number of businesses. So what is that? That is opposition. Fierce resistance means opposition to building the bridge. Question number 30, answer is B. Why a bridge was desirable? And by the way, why a bridge was desirable, these things come in first or second paragraph. Why did they need the bridge? Why a bridge was desirable? Paragraph? Okay, it's paragraph A. For several decades in the 19th century, there were calls to connect the rapidly growing metropolis of San Francisco to its neighbors across the mile-wide Golden Gate Strait, right, where San Francisco Bay opens onto the Pacific Ocean. So why it was necessary? For several decades in the 19th century, there were calls. Calls means people were requesting that they should make a bridge. So what's the question? Why a bridge was desirable? Because people were demanding that. So for 31, answer is A. Question number 32, problems with raising funds for the bridge. Now look for funds, money, funding, budget and all that. Problems with raising funds for the bridge. Paragraph D, very good. Financing construction, got it? Paragraph D, Strauss and the secretary of the mayor of San Francisco believed a special district needed to be created with responsibility for planning, designing and financing construction. Now financing construction means the money they required. And then can you see 35 million? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, second page? Yeah, we do have more. Please come to second page and it continues there. However, the district struggled to find a financial backer amid the difficulties of the Great Depression, right? A problem made worse by years of expensive legal proceedings. Now, desperate, Strauss personally sought help from the president of Bank of America, who provided a crucial boost by agreeing to buy $6 million in bonds in 1932. So, question is, Problems with raising funding for the bridge and how they solve that problem. Question number 32, answer is D. Question number 33, permission being given to build the bridge. You know that already. Exactly. Permission being given to build the bridge. That is paragraph B. And where is it? First paragraph, last line. The Secretary of War agreed. Agreed means he gave permission. Paragraph B, first paragraph of B, last line. Last words, the Secretary of War agreed. Got it? Yes. Exactly. Okay, permission being given to build the bridge. Question number 34. Which records the bridge broken? Yeah, which records the bridge broken? The bridge broke some records. So which records the bridge broken? Paragraph G. Please come to last paragraph. The Golden Gate has endured as a marvel of modern engineering. Its main span was the longest in the world. Now it's a record. First record it broke is longest in the world for a suspension bridge until 1981. While its towers made it the tallest bridge. So longest bridge and tallest bridge. So which records it broke? The longest bridge and the tallest one. So which records the bridge broke? Question number 34, answer is G. Question number 35, idea that building a bridge might be impossible. Yes, they mentioned it there. You know, usually these, and one more thing, you need to use your common sense to decide that these things must be, now at the end they will not say building a bridge was impossible. They will talk about it in the beginning. So idea that building a bridge might be impossible. Which paragraph? A. And what is it that they mentioned here? Okay, now let's read it from there. Please come to paragraph A, and I'm going to read it from most doubted. Found it? Sixth line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, sixth line. Most doubted whether a bridge could be built at all. Possibility, could be. For possibility, they use the word could be. Whether a bridge could be built at all. Whether he could be married at all. You know, possibility. Right? But he is married. So, a bridge could be built at all or estimated that it would cost 100 million. So, this is the idea that building a bridge might be impossible. Could be built at all means impossible. Kya ban bhi sakta hai? Something like that. Alright, 35A. Now just check your answers. 28 E for elephant, 29 C for cat, 30 B for boy, 31 A for apple, 32 D for doctor, 33 B for boy, 34 G for God, and 35 A for apple.